he wants to go back to the gold standard, put us back on a gold standard, and he'll then turn around, and kind of stab him in the back. The other thing that he did, and I think all the celebrities that and I actually have rubbed shoulders with a few of them. Like Brad Pitt should be ashamed of himself going on Bill Maher and saying that he's been to socialist countries, and that the Tea Party people that were going to events and saying, oh, we're going to go socialist. He goes, these people have never been to these countries. I have, and it works great. Socialism works. It's okay. It's not as bad as you think. And
no, it doesn't. It creates hellholes. I tell you what, stay there. I want you to finish your celebrity point, and then we'll get to the other callers, and then I'm getting to the news straight ahead.
We're on the march. The empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Hi, folks. This is Alex Jones. I'm looking for people that have the wisdom to spot savings, opportunity, and recognize risk. Saving means to make money. The Cal Ben Pure Soap Company can save you thousands of dollars and give you good old-fashioned real soaps that are triple concentrated and twice as good as what you're using now. Soaps made from vegetable and coconut oils that contain no useless dyes, perfumes, deodorants, or antibacterials. Your risk is the hundreds of hazardous toxic detergents that give you rashes, itching sores, and deteriorating clothing called lint. If you want something better, if you want something you've never had before, you have to do something you've never done before. Getting a free catalog is easy by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. Take charge of your health now by calling 800-340-7091 or see Calvin on the web at 5starsoap.com. A little over a year ago, I began to do a lot of research into why, even if I had a pretty good-sized meal, that I was still starving. And my research led me to a well-known fact that most of the soils that we grow our crops on here in the United States and across the industrialized world are almost completely depleted of almost all of the key minerals and trace elements that our bodies need to rebuild themselves, fight off cancer, and be healthy. I then searched out the best vitamin and mineral company out there and discovered Youngevity. The Youngevity products are designed to give you the real nutrition you need, and once you've got that, you don't have to eat as much to be satisfied. I've lost 37 pounds in 2 months, simply getting the vitamins and minerals I need. Check it out for yourself. It's incredible. Go to InfoWarsTeam.com today and order your first canister of Beyond Tangy Tangerine Complete Multivitamin Mineral Complex Dietary Supplement. That's InfoWarsTeam.com. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that it could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com.
Somewhere along the hotel room, that the guy started to realize that eternal fate has turned his back on here. It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. Fear is gone.
My friends, we stand at the crossroads. You ignore the information covered here daily at your own peril. You ignore the information, the blood, sweat, and tears we put out to bring you the reports, the videos, the guests, the information at Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, and PrisonPlanet.tv. We need to make hay while the sun shines. The globalists are coming down on us right now. This new world order is real. World government is real. Secret arrest of citizens, torture, poisoning of the food and water supply. It's all real. You are strong enough mentally out there, if you're a new listener, to at least research what I'm saying to you and find out that we haven't lied to you. We've told you the truth. I am begging you to go look at this information so you can see it from your own perspective and understand what we're facing so we can hopefully turn this around. Okay, I wanted to go back to Chris in Florida to finish his point, and then I've got to race through some of the other callers here because I've got to get to the news. Go ahead, Chris, finish up your point.
Okay, and also, if you're a new listener, you know that the police state is real because you get nervous every time there's a police officer, pulling up behind you. And I see you on the road getting nervous and the change in the way that you drive and trying to switch lanes. But what I was talking about with celebrities and why I think that they should be ashamed of themselves is, like I said, Brad Pitt went on there and he talks about how he had been all over the world and that socialism worked in other countries. Socialism has been a dismal failure everywhere that it's worked. And suspiciously, every war that America's fought with a socialist country, we've lost. And we have to ask ourselves that. Well,
that's because the same banking interest want a collectivism. They want a socialist or fascist command and control to control the money pot and shut down their competition. Carol Quigley wrote a 900-plus page book for the State Department that the plates then got out, and he got real mad about it, but they only published 1,000 of them. It was for internal publishing called Tragedy and Hope. And I've read his other book as well, and he admits the mega banks are monopoly men. He believes that's good. They work with fascists, communists, socialists, anything that's command and control. And look, I'm not going to get into Brad Pitt, but I'll just leave it at this. I first learned that Brad Pitt knew about the New World Order because I knew from Aaron Russo off record that he'd talked to him, he'd given him his film, and that they thought it was very interesting that the Federal Reserve was private. Aaron Russo produced some big Hollywood movies with some pretty big stars, and of course, brought Rolling Stone to the U.S. and other things. He was a patriot, started the Constitutional Party, got involved with Ron Paul. Great guy, died of cancer in 2007. Made America free from fascism, which I really regret I wasn't in. He called me over and over again and could never get through for like a year through my so-called office at the time. And so I wasn't in that film, but great documentary out there. People should get it from his website. But the point is that then I'm just going to leave it this. I learned later, I'm not going to get any more details, that Brad Pitt supposedly knows about the New World Order and his wife does. And people say, well, then why is she part of the CFR? Well, you could argue, well, to find out what's going on, she wants to become the establishment to deal, with it. And I'm not going to say any more about Brad Pitt. Stuff I've been, I'm just going to leave it at that. But yes, then these guys think it's like Ed Asner. He's on later in the week. Because he was going to be on for a full hour, could only do 30 minutes a few weeks ago. He's a really good guy. He means well. And he really believes in socialism. He knows vaccines are bad. He knows 9/11's an inside job. He stands up against these wars. And then he sees the big system attacking somebody like Chavez. Well, then Chavez must be good. See, it's the same thing with Cindy Sheehan. Well, Chavez is being attacked. He must be good. No, just because Iran's being attacked, that doesn't make them good, their leadership. It's that the scientific crooks we've got are more organized and even more wicked than the wicked Iranian leadership. Okay? Because power corrupts absolutely. It's not that, Syria's good and then Israel's bad. It's Israel has corrupt leadership, so does Syria. But the West isn't trying to fix Syria. They're invading with Al-Qaeda to literally push the Christians out. They've said they are, because the globalists hate real Christians. I mean, it's just... people either think like, well, America's good and you're for the wars or you don't like America. No, this isn't America doing this. These battleships, these aircraft carriers, these frigates, these jet aircraft don't belong to us. We pay for it. They tell us it's America, but it's not America. And the fact that they're going to use the NDAA and do all this to the American people and use the military against us, that's been the big wake-up call. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, and my pet peeve, Alex, real big pet peeve, is some of your guests use this word democracy, and we are not a democracy. We are a republic, and I suggest if you haven't heard it, people type in Alex Jones, Real American Hero, and I get goosebumps when I listen to it because, you kind of get into that when you're speaking in that courtroom. And, you kind of go into what the difference between democracy and a republic is. And, they're left and the right way to extremes. And way on the
what
left...
What is Alex Jones' Real American Hero?
It's an
Joe or something. Is that the name of a video or something?
Yeah, if you type it into YouTube, and it was an excerpt, I think, from Police State 2 or 3, and I think it might have been later. It's when you're talking about the Attorney General, and you're saying why the Patriot Act, how they want to pass Patriot Act 1, Patriot Act 2, Victory Act 1, Victory Act 2. And then you went into the definition.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Matrix of Evil. When I was at the City Council and the Deputy Attorney General was there, and I gave that speech. Absolutely, that is a very powerful speech I gave. And you're saying they call that on YouTube, Alex Jones, Real American Hero?
Yeah, and it said, in case you forgot what a real American is, that's what it says. I think as the description, it says, well, here it is. So everybody should watch that.
No, that is a good speech. In fact, that's the speech that really woke up when he was given the Matrix of Evil, Emilio Estevez. And then he gave it to his dad, Martin Sheen, who really liked it. And then that's how Charlie Sheen became a listener, was Matrix of Evil. And then they ordered all my videos and locked themselves up at their house. I think it was at Emilio's house, and watched all 10 of my films at the time. This was 8 years ago. Watched all of them right there in one sitting. I guess 9 years ago. Man, time flies. But yeah, that is a powerful speech. I wish it was shot better video. We just ended up getting the feed from the City Council. But people thought that was a scripted speech, too. That's when I really connect and get passionate sometimes. Also, my speech to the Bilderberg. I've had film crews go, we know that's scripted. We know that's not a real speech. And I'm like, no, that's what came out of me. And those are two speeches I'm really proud of, where I really connected and didn't hold back. I appreciate you calling in and bringing that up. Yeah, it's Alex Jones, Real American Hero, I guess you're saying is the name of what somebody called that when they reposted it on YouTube. The whole Matrix of Evil is on YouTube for free. Again, you can get all of my films, 18 of them, plus Jason Burmis's great film, Invisible Empire, our latest full-length feature we've produced that exposes the world government program. All of those for $99.95, 99 smackers. That'd normally be $380. Some of those films cost me over $150,000 to produce. In fact, Burmis's did. And I don't even really make my money back at that level. I mean, I usually don't even say you buy my DVDs now. I just say they're free online, or see them in quality at prisonplanet.tv. But that's how we can do this in the future, is you supporting us. All right, I'll go to your calls in a minute, but I've got to get to this news now before I run out of time. In fact, we can put this up on screen for folks. If you go to Infowars.com, here is some of the news that we've got up there right now that has just broken in the last 2.5 hours since I got on air. Nanny state, walking is dangerous. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Also, throat got dry, excuse me. New film exposes the blueprint of madness unleashed by the New World Order. Ron Paul confronts Bernanke. Do you buy your own groceries? Professor says prevent interspecies genocide, reduce current human numbers. They're constantly coming out. People yesterday, we had an article linking to the big journal of bioethics, a big global group that sets the policies for the hospitals. You thought it was illegal to kill a child or kill an old person, even when they're not brain dead? Well, no, they have policies now. They say the death panels are the new policy, so it's okay. Of course, it's still illegal, but it's a policy. So they tell the cops that, and the cops are like, oh, okay. The big group advising the American Medical Association came out in the white paper and said, kill children up to the age of 3 if the state decides, even if they're not handicapped. Now it's not just kill handicapped folks, which is, of course, wrong, or kill babies because you're saying they're not humans. The logical extension is to say kill people up to age 3 and kill old people, as Bill Gates has said. We've played that clip. People in the YouTube yesterday video where I talked about that, and people in our article that got hundreds, like 400 comments, were saying it was satire and that the professors weren't serious and that the Journal of Bioethics wasn't serious and that I was a fearmonger. Because, see, people are like, kill children up to age 3 who are even healthy. well, this just can't be true. Alex Jones is bad. And you know what?